Hey, we're super excited to announce a new feature, multiple languages in journeys. So if you provide your service in multiple languages, you've probably felt this pain as we felt it ourselves. In every single journey, you have to duplicate your entire flow and manually translate that, and then have to maintain those 2 or even more languages. So here's how things used to work. Maybe you have one journey, and at the beginning of every journey, you have a branch block trying to check what the user's language is, and then essentially determine, okay, do they want to speak in English? Go through this flow. If they want to speak in Portuguese, then go through this flow, and have to duplicate your entire logic. And, that's a whole lot of work. First, you have to manually actually do this, and second, anytime you need to make a change, you have to change every single language by hand, which is not ideal because usually the flow is exactly the same. It's just the actual language that changes, right? So to enable multiple languages in your account is very, very simple. Just head over to the settings. There's a new page called Journeys. And first, you want to set your default languages. So this is the language where you actually edit your journey in. So in my case, it's English. So I'm going to set that. Make sure that this matches whatever language your default journeys are in. This is where you're going to be actually making your logic edits, changing your flow, and etc. And then we have additional languages on here. And you can add as many additional languages as you need. Just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to set this to Portuguese from Brazil. Now, if I come to my journey again and I refresh it, you're going to see that here on the top next to the name, we have the name of the language. So this is my default language, which is English, like I mentioned. And then if I click on it, I can switch to the Portuguese version, and I can actually start translating my language. You can see that in this flow, I'm first trying to determine what language people want to speak in, which is something you should do. So right at the beginning, like you're onboarding or when people are getting started, just ask them which language they prefer. Then you save that into the profile field. It needs to be the language profile field specifically because this is what our system is expecting. And you can see here that if the user chooses English, I set it as English. If they choose Portuguese, I set it in Portuguese. And that's it. From here on now, any message that we send to the user is going to be in that language. Of course, you still need to do the actual translations. So let me show you how to do that. As I mentioned, the default language is in English, so all we have to do is to translate this journey to Portuguese. So I'm going to switch to the Portuguese version. And you can see that I can actually move my blocks around and I can't do anything except translate it. So here it says great choice. So I'm going to quickly translate it to ótima escolha. And now, this is my main menu. What would you like to do? Como podemos ajudar? Schedule an appointment. Consulta. Speak with a doctor. Fala com médico. Done. Now, if I come back to my original version, you can see that it's still in English. And if I switch to my Portuguese version, it's in Portuguese. And I'm going to preview this so you can actually see it in work. I get greeted in English. Remember that I didn't translate these cards. I kept them in the original language. And now I'm going to switch to Portuguese. And you can see that these 2 messages were sent in this language. So like I said, you only need to collect the user's preference once, probably in onboarding super early in your journey. And from there on forward, anything that's translated to this language, Turn will automatically serve the journey in the correct language. There's a limited set of languages that we support for launch. We hope to add more in the future. Check our docs to see which ones they are, but they cover most of the world already. Can't wait to see how you actually use this.